Welcome. I'm Ms. Vercher. I'm in the Office of Financial Aid. I'm the Associate Director. We're going to begin discussing all the tools and resources that you need so that you can have a successful journey here at Tennessee State University. So we're going to get started. The first step in completing the FAFSA, it is the free application for federal student aid. And what you'll need is to get your tax documents ready, know your student social security numbers. Step one is the beginning of filling out the FAFSA. Step two, you actually fill it out. And then three is the FAFSA follow-up. To begin these initial steps, though, you will need your federal student aid ID and password. Now, the student, you will have your own unique, distinct FSA ID and password. And parents, you will also have your unique, distinct FSA ID and password. So why is that important? Your FSA ID and password, that is your electronic signature. That's your signature to sign and date and complete the federal application for federal student aid. You can go to that website at fafsa.ed.gov, and that's fafsa.ed.gov. And you should never pay any service provider for assistance for completing the FAFSA. No agency can guarantee you any federal aid outcomes. So let's talk about our financial aid sources. We have federal sources, state sources, private sources, institutional sources, and all that combined, we come up with your financial aid package. Federal grants, you have the federal Pell Grant, the federal SCOG grant, and federal work study. Pell Grant is a need-based grant only for undergraduate students. The Federal Supplemental Educational Opportunity Grant, more commonly referred to as SCOG, is also a grant for students and families that demonstrate exceptional financial need. It's a need-based grant for undergraduate students also. Federal Work Study, this is a student employment program on your FAFSA, and here at Tennessee State University, to be considered, you must indicate yes that you do want these funds on your FAFSA. Federal loans, subsidized Stafford loan, unsubsidized Stafford loan, and Parent Plus loans. I want to remind you to only borrow what you need. Federal student loans are based upon enrollment hours. The minimum enrollment hours is 6 credit hours. What that means is if you enrolled in 6, 9, 12, 15, or 18, I think you can get the point, your federal student loan amounts will remain the same. Unlike federal Pell Grant that's prorated and SCOG grant that's also prorated based upon enrollment hours, your federal student loans, those amounts remain the same. And the minimum hours that you need to be enrolled in is 6 hours. As an incoming freshman for the subsidized Stafford loan, and what that means is that the interest on that loan is being subsidized while you are enrolled at least half time. 6 hours is at least half time enrollment. So as an incoming freshman, that's 0 to 29 hours, your amount for subsidized loan is $3,500. As a sophomore, your amount is $4,500. And both for juniors and seniors, that amount is $5,500. Remember again, your classification determines the amount of your federal Stafford loans. On the unsubsidized loans, that complements your subsidized loans for both freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors, those amounts are $2,000. For dependent students, you are able to get an additional $4,000 with a Parent Plus denial, which will increase your amounts in totality for both your subsidized and your unsubsidized loan. Now, the Parent Plus loan, your parent may borrow up to the cost of attendance, and the cost will vary depending on if you are an in-state student, an out-of-state student, if you're on campus, or if you're off campus. The Parent Plus loan is a credit-based loan, and parents may apply at www.studentloans.gov. Earlier in the presentation, we spoke about the FSA ID and password. This is where the FSA ID and password is very important for parents wanting to apply for the Parent Plus loan. So we also offer Tennessee grants and scholarships. These programs are only for Tennessee residents only. So if you're considered an out-of-state student, you will not be eligible for these grants and scholarships. We have the TSAA, which is a grant, and that is based on need. We have the Hope Scholarship, the Aspire Award, the Hope Access, the GAMS, and the Tennessee Promise. The Hope Scholarship, the Aspire, and the Hope Access, these are merit-based scholarships, which means you have to meet GPA, you have to meet the academic requirements for these funds. Also, the Tennessee Promise. Here at Tennessee State University, we only offer 2 programs that's eligible for the Tennessee Promise, and that's our associate programs in dental hygiene and the nursing program. For these programs, you can also visit www.tn.gov/college-pays, where you can find additional information regarding these programs. And again, these programs are only for Tennessee residents only. So once you're here, you've completed your FAFSA, you've gotten registered. Every semester, what you're going to do here at Tennessee State University, and this is very important, we have a process here that we refer to as confirmation. You would do this every semester. So after registering for classes or making any registration changes, and this is each term, each semester, you must confirm your registration and fees each semester. In other words, this lets us know, the financial aid office know, and it lets the business office know that you are indeed planning on attending. The confirmation process actually finalizes your enrollment. Now, if you go to confirm out on your MyTSU student portal, when you click on banner services, student account, and account detail by term, and if you are directed to a payment screen, you need to be contacting the financial aid office immediately. That should be your light bulb moment to say either I don't have enough money or there's some issues regarding my financial aid. And this is just a reminder that you would do this every semester. You will confirm every semester. So confirmation of classes, this is just going to recap what that is. Once you successfully confirm, you want to save that for your records. If you have a balance and you're not able to confirm and you're certain that your financial aid package is final and you have a balance, you will need to make a payment or set up a payment with the business office, and you can do all of that online. Can't stress enough that you must confirm your courses each time you change your schedule, and you must confirm each time, each semester that you are enrolled. Also, as it relates to your bills, here at Tennessee State University, bills are not mailed. You will be required to check your MyTSU. The business office will email your account statement to your MyTSU, that's your student portal. The MyTSU is the primary modes of communication here at Tennessee State University, so you want to make sure that you're always checking that on a regular basis. Satisfactory academic progress. This is an important area for you to be aware of as it relates to financial aid. On the university side, you will have to maintain academic progress, but also on the financial aid side, you will have to maintain academic progress. What that means is that ultimately to continue to receive financial aid, and that includes both federal, state funds, and private funds, going back to that earlier slide from the federal financial aid sources, you must always be meeting satisfactory academic progress. So what that means, It's different components for that. There's a completion rate, and then there's a cumulative grade point average rate. So in other words, what that means, the completion rate. For all the courses that you attempt and you are receiving financial aid, you must earn at least 66.7% or higher to meet this component as it relates to satisfactory academic progress. There's a cumulative GPA component to measuring satisfactory academic progress. Here on campus, you will hear it referred to as SAP. So anywhere when you attempt 0 to 15 hours, your cumulative overall, you want to have a 1.5 GPA or higher for 16 to 30 attempted hours, and this is all attempted hours. You want to have at least a 1.7 or higher, and then from 31 to 45 hours, a 1.8 or higher, and then from 46 to 59, a 1.9 or higher, and 60 plus hours and above, you want to have a 2.0 or higher. These attempted hours in the GPA isn't aligned with the academic requirements here at the university. The 2.0 or higher is what you will need to obtain your degree here, to graduate here. So 60 plus hours, you need to be at a 2.0 or higher. Also, maximum time frame is another component that's part of the satisfactory academic progress. And basically what that means is that you will have in totality up to 150% of hours that you can attempt for your particular degree. So here at Tennessee State University, we offer both bachelor's degrees and also associate degrees. So if you are pursuing a bachelor's degree, 150% of 120 hours is 180. So what that means to you is that you can only attempt up to 180 hours. And if you are pursuing an associate's degree, you can attempt up to 90 hours for a 60-hour program, okay? That's 150% maximum time frame. Here at Tennessee State University, the Office of Financial Aid, we measure your satisfactory academic progress every year at the end of the spring term. So once your spring grades are posted, our office will run your eligibility for financial aid for the following summer, fall, and spring semesters. Now, if you are already on an academic plan as it relates to satisfactory academic progress, our office will measure you every semester, because every semester you have to meet the terms and conditions of your academic plan. This is also another friendly reminder for Pell Grant recipients. Your attendance will have to be reported by your professors. Going back earlier, what we were saying as it relates to Pell and SELG, those funds are prorated based on your enrollment. And you can check to make sure that your professor has reported your enrollment. Again, the MyTSU student portal, any and everything that you want to do in in an office, you can do out here on the student portal. But the important thing is to make sure that you're verifying that your professors have reported your attendance. And this is for Pell Grant recipients. You'll have a hole on your account where your Pell will not actually disperse, not until your professors have reported your attendance. Okay, so let's just refresh our memory. So the FAFSA, you're going to go to fafsa.ed.gov. You will need a FSA ID and password for both you and your parent. The FAFSA opens October 1 of every year for the upcoming academic year. You can know your status by logging into your MyTSU student portal. You can check your financial aid status. You can check for any unsatisfied requirements, any active messages. You can also check your satisfactory academic progress, and you can also check for any and all financial aid holes that may be preventing your financial aid funds from actually dispersing. And you can go to portal.tnstate.edu. If you need to contact us, you can reach us at area code 615-963-5701. You can also email our office at finaid@tnstate.edu, and you can access our website at www.tnstate.edu/finaid. And that concludes our snippet.